What is up, gamers? It's I, the People's Machine, coming at you with another exciting episode of the Gaming Round Table. Pull up a chair if you're able, have a cold one if you must. And this is the beginning, Monday, January 11th of Monster Hunter Week, folks. Talking about all the different games that are monster in that genre. Monster Hunter has actually been around for a long time, many years. And as a matter of fact, although now, because of many games such as God Eater and Tokiden, Earth's Dawn, and others of its ilk, have taken either cues from it or made straight up, you could say, clones of it. And Monster Hunter now World is what I'm playing here before you, and Monster Hunter, while started the genre, is now became a genre of video games, much as the Demon Souls did the same thing. And RE created the survival horror. Monster Hunter in itself is its own thing, and I am playing Monster Hunter World. I actually was playing with a good friend of mine who is probably the master of this, Stormer McMoses. He's great, and Richard is amazing at Monster Hunter, and pretty much as we play here, we pretty much play this whenever we can. And I actually finally just defeated Velkhana, which was the main dragon that was causing problems in the Monster Hunter World Iceborne, which is what it's now referred to as. And now, then there was another cutscene and blah blah blah. Apparently, there's another threat I'm going to have to deal with, which makes sense considering that the main story of Monster Hunter was Zoro Magdaros, but ends with you fighting Xeno'jiiva. There'll be another big monster, I'm sure, a dragon to fight very similarly. Monster Hunter World is considered the premier monster hunting game, and that's kind of the way it is. And if you never played Monster Hunter, or if you never played a game that's similar to that, it basically evolves around you going on missions to hunt large creatures. There are medium and small and big, and once you either capture or kill them, you carve them up and use their parts to create weapons and armor. And as you progress through the game, you fight harder and harder stuff, and that's kind of the hook, to get better and more defense and do everything that you can. And make whatever you can pretty much muster at this point. And that's kind of where it's at when it comes to how this game world works. And as you can see here, there are ranks. You start out low rank in the beginning of the game, and you can make all these different armors. Then you have high rank, and then you get to master rank, which is basically the end game. And you basically are just going through the game, collecting armor parts. And for example, if I was, let's go down here to master rank. Let's find a set. Let's say this Fulgur Anjanath, right? So if I wanted to get the whole set and you wanted to see what it looked like, I'd have to fight it several times. Now, it does tell you what you need to purchase or build it, as you can see here. Most of it is just, you're going to have to fight the Fulgur Anjanath a lot. But if you do this, it shows you what the entire armor will look like if you were to create it. I'm wearing most of the Artemis set, and the Artemis set is from Monster Hunter, the movie, and there was a crossover series. Monster Hunter is also crossed over with Witcher 3, as a matter of fact. It's also crossed over with some other games in either Capcom's library or otherwise. You have this Mardi Gras-like outfit, for example, and you just basically spend time grinding and doing what you can to gain whatever you want. Each piece of armor has, as you can see here, different skills attached to it. You can check out skills, and the game has a lot of different builds. If for example, I'm using a bow, there are armors and equipment that's best suited to use the bow, and vice versa. The game, however, there are some things that they added, like there's a thing called the layered armor, and the layered armor allows you to, if you do this, if I was to equip the gala suit, for example, it does not take place. It basically it treats this as a skin. So if you like certain looks, you can do this. You can do the diver suit if you just want to look a certain way, for example. So if I just wanted to do the helmet and build it, and I just wanted, that's kind of how it's set up. And it's actually really neat the way that it's done, and and it's kind of neat, just kind of generally speaking. So it allows you to it just allows you to if you don't, if you want to look like any of the other armors in the game without sacrificing the armor that you're wearing. Um, but you know, there is a lot of grinding involved, obviously, because you are trying to play the you are trying to get the different armor sets, or whatever that you feel like that you would like to use or get. And there's every weapon has so many varieties and variations on the theme, so you're going to be spending a lot of time in this game. You're going to be spending a lot of time in this game. It's just there's really not a whole lot of there's really not a whole lot you're going to be when you stop and think about it. You're going to be playing the game. You're going to be spending time in the game. But I do like the different armors, and you can upgrade them. For example, this has hunger resistance and evade. So if I wanted to build this, I would do this. It'll show you a little cutscene. You can skip it with the options. It'll ask you if you'd like to equip it. And if I wanted to upgrade said armor piece, you can sort it by hitting in the right trigger. And let's say I want to upgrade this. So I got heavy armor spear. Then we'll add a couple more. You want to try to max it out if you can. There's a max. We'll upgrade it with total cost. It upgrades it. Gives me good defense. I got hunger resistance, evade extender. They also let you set decorations, something that's new to the game that was added whenever they added it. But you can put jewels in there, and it does help. If I want to make an attack jewel, which help increase my attack. If I want to do, as you can see here, Gobbler Jewel increases my potion and meat consumption, so it's faster, which you definitely need. Protection Jewel has reducing the damage you take. If I want to use that, I can do that, and that's in there. Or you can do a bunch of different, your Brave Bow here, I can put in, and it gives me, again, if I want to keep using this weapon, for example, I can. Tiptoe Jewel, Heavy Artillery Jewel, Earplug Jewel 3. It reduces the effects that exceed another 5's weak monster roars. It does all different kinds of things. Increases paladin attack power if I want to do that. Increases quantity herms, consumables you get. So you can really spend a lot of time, you know, just trying to get you know, you can just try to get through the game, and it lets you to do different builds and different things with different charms, and there's a lot that you can do as far as that is concerned. If I wanted to, let's say, forge these dual blades, for example, I can go to the tree, I can go to zoom in to see what all I can build, or just the simple list. And it'll tell you all the things you need. It's very basic. It tells you exactly what you need to build certain things. So if you can't build them, you can kind of make a plan of what you like. There's a wish list, which is nice, which if you make the wish list, it notifies you when you can build it. For example, and let's just make something real quick so you can see these. Some of these I'd love to make those. Those are amazing. Odegron shards, those are neat. Dragon Blow twin blades, a black steel, Wraith and Rancors are awesome, and each weapon really looks, I mean, they look cool. The Defender chainsaws, for example, that is your chain swords, match slicers. So the Defender weapons were added a while back in Defender armor to give people an easier time because they're very potent, low-ranking weapons, and up to even master rank, that allows you to play through the game and really just make quick work of enemies very quickly to let you get to the high rank and master rank a lot faster. So let's go ahead and let's say I wanted to do, you know, Insect Glaive, for example, and this is like your dual blade. Datura blade I can make, the Bone Rod, I can make the Aerial Magnus. That's pretty amazing. And Kadachi Fever, Dragon Bone Glaive. There's so many different variations, and that is because different monsters are weak against certain elements, and so you can make said. But let's say I wanted to make this. Let's go ahead and make this Aerial Magnus, and it's going to cost 32,000 zenny. I have 335,000. You get, as you rank up and stuff, max rank for Monster Hunter is 50, your Hunter rank, and then you have your Master rank. You have two different ones. So you got your Defender Glaive. I just got a power thing. So if I wanted to upgrade that, for example, you'd back out of this and go to upgrade. You know, we'll do this, and you can check and see if you can. Now, if I had some monster essence, I could upgrade it even further, and or you can downgrade it back. Now, anytime you buy a weapon or make a weapon, and you start it off here, and let's say you're going across, you can downgrade it, and as you downgrade it, you will get your materials and zenny back, or gold per se. So we're going to do that. We're going to set the decorations from equipment. Let's see here, that's fine. So I want to get this aerial magus, and we'll do this. Let's see, prevents knockbacks, increase, and that's really good. The knockbacks is great to have, because you do get knocked down a lot in the game, especially from high ranking stuff. But here's my character, like, it's really cool, and they have added some really interesting gear to the game. I love the fact that the different weapons, you know, from ranged weapons to up close and personal weapons to aerial style weapons. So let's go to this item box. If I wanted to change my equipment, I can change my Artemis mail. If I wanted to go to the Guardian suit or this Origin mail, which I don't have a lot. I don't make a whole lot of armors. I find something I really like that gives me good bonuses, and I just kind of make it. But again, same concept with Monster Hunter, folks. This game is all about taking time and spending time. So if I want to make certain armor, for example, and only stuff that's highlighted like this means I can make it. But I can't make a whole lot, obviously. But if I wanted to make, let's say, this Brachiodeus armor, I can literally make it look like, I mean, like I said, you can mix and match all your parts. Does not matter. Let's go up here. See if there's anything else I can make. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot I can make in the master rank. I can make Ignis armor. I can make, let's see here. Again, you have to spend time with the game and fight a large variety of creatures several times. So there is some grinding involved, and that's basically just really about what you know. There's not much else you can say about it. If I wanted to wear certain things, but you go down here. Like I said, I've been spending money and making money, and so I would love to have some of these really cool looking armors. I mean, they're just really awesome stuff. Some of the stuff is amazing looking. I really like for example, let's see if I can find it. Like these are just really cool looking armors. And again, you can preview your entire set if you want to know what you look like or would like to look like. Lava Sloth. You know, a variety of different helmets. There's some Romanesque looking, Spartan looking, like the Death Run. This is really great. I love this. You have to fight a ebony Odegron to get this stuff, and these are the variations. But I really would love to get this, and I love that chain mesh and netting. It's really cool and looks great. But for right now, we'll stop and do that. So what we're going to do, just to show you, this is the premier game. Monster Hunter started it all, and this is World, which was super successful when it came out. As a matter of fact, Monster Hunter World was so successful because they made the game more accessible to the West, and more people got exposed to it, because it had always been really a handheld game. I got into the series on the Wii U by playing Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Really loved the game, and I've been a fan of this type of genre ever since. But it always been like there was some on the PS2 and mostly handheld, so most people didn't know. And in Japan, it's really huge over there. So you go to your world map and you can play on master rank, high rank, or low rank. And high rank, and that gives you different monsters and options. On master rank, I can go to the Elder's Recesses. At any time, though, if I'm not playing a story, I can go to any of these places and just kind of hang out and grind and fight stuff. Eventually, you do get on the map, after you beat the game, a world that basically connects all the worlds, and it just becomes one giant map to roam around in, which is pretty cool. If I was to go to low rank, for example, you're going to fight the stuff that you fought at the beginning. So I will go to the Ancient Forest, because I just want to show you just basically what it does. So the Kinsek Blade is a aerial style staff, essentially, which has a giant insect you can actually upgrade to, and that actually takes items and stuff. But to get the gist of the game, it's a very high risk, high reward. Monster Hunter World by Capcom took some cues from Dark Souls with its with its not, it doesn't play like Dark Souls, but it has similarities to it with its very high risk and reward kind of thing. You have to look for know when to attack, know when to back off, know when to heal, and it's got considerable skill. And there is a skill gap in it, so you have to be good at it. Now, they did add the multiplayer, and if I can shoot up an SOS, up to 4 people or 3 people can join you, and that does make it easier, but it does increase the monster's hit points and damage and stuff it does. So that's another thing. It's also kind of risk and reward. When you actually drink a potion, it's very similar to the Estus Flask in Dark Souls, but we're going to play this and go through here. This guy's here to talk to. And it's really neat just the way this is all set up. And you do want to gather items and potions and stuff that you gather. You gather regular herbs, gives you regular potions. I actually need to go back real quick because I forget to do this a lot. Before you start playing the game, in all honesty, you should go down here, or before you leave, to the canteen and just get you a boost. Cut that, and this will give you boost to your stamina and health, which is what you want to help you out fighting monsters. You'll need it. Getting the different mantles that help you out is very important. But we're going to go on and play through here and just kind of show you the graphics are excellent. There is, you'll notice in the cutscenes and stuff, you will notice there is really bad lip syncing. They've never bothered to correct it, but let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these things, because this gives you meat that you can barbecue, which can boost your stamina. But you're going to go ahead and do this. And it's like a little game. It's a little music number that's famous for all the monster hunters, and you're going to do these tracks. What those do is they level up your scout flies, which are those little glowing things that help you find monsters and do stuff. Here's the Jagras here eating a creature. This is a medium character, but we're going to go ahead and try to make short work of this guy and just get rid of him real quick, because I do a ton of damage, especially to low rank characters. It's gonna be ridiculous. I'm gonna vault over him, and you can mount creatures like I'm doing here. You can attack them, move around them if you want, so they can't really do a whole lot. And I'm going to keep attacking until it lets me do a major attack. Sometimes it asks you to brace so you don't fall off. You'll hit R2 for that. As you can see here, I'm going to do a Slash Fury. Because I am Master Rank, these guys, this will be actually cakewalk with my weapon here. This is really neat. I mean, he won't be, and he's Slade. That's how easy it was. Now, if I was playing on Master Rank, to be perfectly honest with you, this battle can take 30 daggone minutes. Low-ranking creatures are going to be easy to fight, obviously. It's good to go back if you're one of those completionists and would love to build every single piece of gear in the game. Go through and build every low rank, everything. This is my character, Pally, or Palico. Palicos are little cat creatures that help you. They attack and heal you and do things. I named him Pally. I have a real cat named Pally with a bobtail with similar colors. And Pally kind of follows you around and helps you out. They're about 2.5 feet tall. They walk around on 4s or 2s, and it's just one of those games. Monster Hunter is great, and you're gonna be gathering resources like this, mining outcrop, because in the early game you want to get as much stuff as possible. Go to your item box, and what you got to do. So if you want to fight other creatures, there's an Anjanath. Now, in the low-ranking world, the Anjanath is the big creature in the game that you will eventually deal with. It's like a T-Rex that can like basically whoop your ass if you're not careful, especially in the low rank. It's a tough battle, but it won't be too hard for me, or shouldn't be, because it's not going to be able to do a ton of damage to me with my current armor set, and which is fine. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really am like too concerned. I will probably have to heal. Using the temporal mantle, it will actually dodge for me until it runs out, which I love. So you don't have to worry about dodging out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and keep attacking this thing. It does not have a traditional lock-on camera. It will lock onto various parts, but it will not like actually, it won't it won't actually lock on, and it just, which I am not happy with that. I do prefer God Eater's and Tokaden's camera because it locks on like a traditional camera, and because you're constantly having to adjust the camera on monsters, and some monsters like the Otagron, for example, move so lightning quick. You gotta be careful with that. So, and I really hate that because I really wish. I'm going to do this insect extract, throw that over. The insect will get stuff from it. Now I'm on fire, but I've mounted it. You have to roll to put out the fire, which is very relevant. And I got a brace here before it. Okay, here we go. We got a brace again. Keep attacking. Each monster has weak points. The Anjanath's head, it's one of its weak points. Most monsters game it's the head, but not all of them. It just depends. Now I'm going to brace again. And the fire went out because it does after a short while, but I have pretty good resistances to it. So I didn't get to do a major attack, but I will go ahead and just attack the hell out of this thing and try to and whatnot. In the early game, you are tracking monsters. You'll find their tracks. You'll be doing all that in the early game, and you'll learn and you'll level up your scout flies. They'll get more proficient. It'll be easier to follow people, and then I'm going to put on my vitality manual. You get this very early on. It gives you another health bar and can do more attacks. So you can also put a tracker on the monster. Let's say you want to keep fighting it, and the scout flies will generally take you right to the monster. Now sometimes the scout flies do mess up. It's one of the other glitches in the game that they've never really fixed, is sometimes you'll click on them and it will take you back to camp instead. I've had it happen many times to me, but for the most part, I'd say 98% of the time it always works and will take you where you need to go, especially if you've leveled up your scout flies to where they need to be. I'm going to take some herbs. This thing again, you're going to attack it there. Kinsect Blade, all the weapons have combos, and they all take some skill to get the gist of. And some weapons are better suited against monsters. Now, flying creatures can be taken out of the sky, for example, with flash bugs, which you can only carry so many. And some creatures that do fly, for example, sometimes they just stay in the air almost the entire time, which I hate, because it's like, why does it continuously stay in the air? So you might want to go ranged. You can always go back to one of the camps that you find in the game, and most of the maps have 3 or 4 or 5 camps you can go to, and then that will help you. Like go back and change weapons if you want. That's why it's good to have people to play with, because somebody can be a melee specialist, someone can use ranged weapons if they want. That's just kind of how it's set up. So it's always good. The Anjanath is fairly tough, even at low rank. It's another one of those oddball things. Boom, got him. See, I'm on his head now, attacking his head. Attack. I got a brace. You also have a grapple claw that you can use to attack the monster with, and it actually will weaken or tear off part of its armor, and you can weaken it up and do damage that way as well. And again, another thing I don't like is when you get thrown off after you do that. It's something I've complained about in the game, is it automatically sheathes your weapon. I don't know why you don't keep your weapon out, but I don't know, you just don't. And I don't understand that. So it's just kind of something it does. And then of course you have your slinger here, and I can shoot it with a bomb pod if I want, which sometimes that helps you get piercing pods. It weakens it up. And I'll show you the grapple claw here. Let me do this, and I can attack it with the grapple claw. You can actually Kinsect recall, didn't mean to do that, but I'm trying to do, I don't know how it works when you gotta put it away. Okay. A lot of times you can use the grapple claw when your weapon's out, but this one, because it's kind of a dual weapon with the Kinsect, you kind of have to do that. Another thing that they changed recently was they got rid of, when you're in the middle of battle, you do have a stamina meter to worry about. As you attack, it takes, of course it takes stamina. Here we go, grapple claw shot. I can get on it, I can attack it, and it kicked me off. See, that's the thing. In some monsters, it works. Let's see if I can get this. See what? There we go. That kicked me off again. But a lot of times you can weaken it up, so extract some stuff here. I'm going to leap up into the air here as soon as I can. Again, in the low ranking, I would have already been dead. 3 or 4 hits, you're done fighting the Anjanath, even in the low rank. But because I'm master rank and I have decent armor, I'm not too concerned about it. Again, you have to constantly adjust the camera. You get used to it. I get it. It's more about the you can waggle your stick together and unstun yourself a little quicker. Let's see here. Where did it go? And as you can see in the minimap, it shows a skull. That means that it's going back to its lair because it needs to sleep, because it's on the verge of being, you're pretty much going to defeat it at this point. So that's why it's there. And so you want to try to get to it and beat it. I was stuck on the early game of this when I first started playing it 2 years ago. The Anjanath was I just could not beat it. I don't know what it was. I would always get my ass handed to me playing against the Anjanath, and I don't know why. And then at some point, it's like the game, I felt like I wasn't doing things right in the game, and it just kind of clicked for me. Oh, another thing with melee weapons, you do have to sharpen them. You do always have a whetstone, but if you can catch fish, and you do have fishing to do that, you can wet fish fin plus, and it's 1 swipe and your sharpness goes back up, which keeps your weapon. You want to keep it sharp, and you want to keep it to a point where you can do the most damage. So at this point, you can, when it's skulled, if you have a trap, you can capture it. As long as you capture it and then put it, you trank it and then put it to paralyze it or whatever. I rarely ever play the game that way. I just usually just kill it because, fuck it, and that's kind of where I'm at with it, A few more hits here and I'll take it out. Monster Hunter has tells. You'll see damage done to the creatures, and you're not really sure exactly how damaged they are, but you'll see damage on them over time. And they just have those tells. They have tells of when they're going to attack. They have tells. See, I'm stunned. That's okay. I'm not really too concerned. See, he's skulled and he's still trying to get back to his lair. I'm going to take those Rathalos scales, level up your scout flies to make it easier to find, because there's a Rathalos hanging around, a little medium dragon, a little wyvern thing. I'm just trying to see. Oh, I do need to grab that honey, because that's what honey takes your regular potions and turn them into mega potions. He dropped down here for some reason. Let's see here. Oh, now he's coming back. I don't know what. See, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes the monsters do behave really weird, and I don't know why they do that. I don't get that at all. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. See what I mean? Like Estus Flask, like drinking. It's very slow. You can run while you do that though, so it's not that. It's so that's one thing. And this is where we run into this thing. So I'm gonna have to do this and do this again. The scout flies are telling me I need to go down, even though the Anjanath went up. I don't understand. I don't know. Sometimes I'm hoping that it will take me where it's at, and sometimes it doesn't. It tries to find the quickest route, and it does screw up, but not all the time. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to do a kinset marker. We're going to claw shot it, and go ahead and attack it again, and do the damage that's needed. There we go. It dropped upon. I'm going to do that. Overhead strike. I'm going to go ahead and do this. And oh, it's stuck, so this is good. Overhead smash. There we go. If you like the Darth Maul type whirling dervish, this is the weapon to use. And there are a lot of variety, and he keeps getting stuck, which is great. Unfortunately, I'm like not attacking him, because that's the thing though about Monster Hunter 2. You have to remember when to attack, because once you're in a combo, you're locked in there until till at least the animation cycle is through. And you're just that's what you got to deal with. That's just the nature of the beast. Okay. Yeah. And I'm just going to do this and knock it down, do some damage, apply this, and it's slayed. And down you go. There we go. And that's how it works, folks. I am playing a female. You can play a male. One of the issues that people took with Monster Hunter World was that even though you can play a female, they use the base male model to make the female, so you can kind of tell that. But this is done. We're going to take this slinger bomb, and you can just kind of roam around as much as you like. And these little insect guys you can get rid of. You can like harvest them too if you hit them with like a slinger shot. I need to look at herb. And Monster Hunter World is just great when it comes to if you're just and what I like so much about it, and I've said this about the game, is the fact that you can switch weapons, for example, and it changes the gameplay entirely. One of the things though is that it seems to me too in this game, it seems like everything just knocks you down. It's not necessarily, not everything. I do have a jewel that helps, but it does seem like your character does get knocked down fairly easily. I've complained about it for a while. I was talking about it tonight. Like, it just seems like you know, even a little creature like that knocking you down. It's just because I was running from behind and it nudged me or whatever. And again, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm going to get these here, and this helps me with my, and you get investigations at it and stuff. So if I wanted to fight that Rathalos, I could, which I'd have to go up here. I can put a little thing on it. It's going to try to follow it. I'm going to grab those again, because you can have a max of 9. Everything else will go to your item box. So let's go back up here. And again, this is what the basics of monster hunting. It does have a story. It starts off, you're coming to the new world, and you're basically trying to figure out the Zoro Magnus boss, this giant creature. He's like Godzilla size essentially, and that's what it's about. And you're spending time, going through the story, and then you get to the end of that, and it continues, and you get into the different ranks, and that's what happens. So, here we go. Oh, see, that's a wild palico there, and you always want to try to follow these guys here. So let's see here, see what's going on, because you find these palico camps, and they do give you things like you can get mantles and items. You get palico, what they call palico tools, that you can equip to your palico that does different things during combat and battle. So I'm just kind of following this little guy. I figure out what's going on there. That's more doodles, and I should have grabbed those, but we're just kind of doing this right now. And there's the Rathalos. There he is, this little pink dragon guy. And there's a dam here if you can destroy it. I don't know if these will do it, but usually you can destroy the dam, and it can do a ton of damage to these characters. Unfortunately, it won't let me get up there to do it. But you can do it if you claw the monster and knock it into it. You can knock it down. Now it's asleeping right now, but what I can do, I'm going to do this and claw shot it in the face and do a bunch of damage. This is a Rathalos. It's a small, or considered a small dragon. They are flying. It does help with this game, with this weapon though, to fight it, because you do have the ability to, I'm going to have to brace so it doesn't knock me off, and then attack. And if it was down on the ground, that dam would have knocked it all the way down. That would have been great, but it didn't. And there it goes, landside. There it goes. It fell down. It's going to do a ton of damage to it, too. It's great. There is no fall damage in the game, so you can fall as far as you want, and it ain't going to do nothing. So it's great. Let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead and start attacking it. Double slash, overhit smash. It kind of shows you the combos up top. You just kind of hit what you're going to hit and do whatever you're going to do to it. And it's just having a hard time because I messed it all up. It does breathe fire, Its cousin can actually poison you with its tail. And this one might stay. The Azure one can do both. It's flying off now because it's all like not happy about having been knocked down after it dropped. It's hilarious. So again, if you just want to try to fight this thing, it's, you know, to get its parts. I don't know where it's flying. I'm going to try to claw shot it again and weaken it, which I did. Awesome. Oh, nope. It got me there. So we're going to Kinsack Blade and harvest some stuff from it. See, it's just a great monster. The reason Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter the series has always maintained a huge player base is because it's just got the right mix of good combat, a high risk and reward, knowing, like I said, when to dodge, when not to dodge, you know, knowing, see now I'm poisoned, yeah, because it's tail poison, so this one does do that. You have to use antidotes to get rid of the poison. There we go. So that gets rid of that. I don't know if I have any, I don't think I have any, but I will put that on. That'll help me dodge instantly. So if I can lure him over here to this bug, this flash, see, it'll stun him and then he'll go down. You can get those, though. You can build them yourself, which is good to have. Parts broken, which is great. It's kind of not happy with the fact that I'm just making it look stupid. But again, I am fighting low rank creatures. Monster Hunter, I want to cut its tail off, which I can carve. So no more poison than me, which is great. And you can do that with a lot of the monsters. You can. Oh, I mounted him again, right in his face. Just keep attacking him. I'm gonna brace. Sometimes they'll tell you to move if you're in danger. I'm gonna brace again. I'm gonna attack again. He is unhappy. I gotta move because he's gonna knock me off if I'm not careful. Now I get my main slash fury off. Boom. Down he goes. Tornado slash. Boom, 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 boom. Just messing him up. Great. Parts broken again. You can see he's kind of drooling a little bit. He's a little bit exhausted. My temporal mana wore off. No big deal. And he roared. And you can get items that have what they call earplugs, and those will help you avoid. I'm going to make my antidotes again. I'm going to put on the vitality mantle. You always want to go and carve up the tail if you knock it off, so you can get parts. And this is what the general is. Yes, there's a story, and you do talk to people, NPCs, and they give you quests. They do certain things. So if I'm going to go ahead and read. Sometimes you got to take it off and put it back on. It's easier that way. You'll know that you can kind of reorient the scout fly. So we're going to go this way. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and fix that because I need that to stay at max sharpness. So we're going to do that. I'm going to go up here, try to kill this thing. So it's got an exclamation mark, which means I think that means it's exhausted. It's like whoa, I'm, you know, so we're going to do that. Like I said, they did this thing where they got rid of where your stamina, for example, it used to be unlimited if you weren't directly fighting a creature or following it, but then once it was gone, you would have unlimited stamina, and then they got rid of that, and I'm not exactly sure why. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but Capcom, you know, they have. Go ahead and see if I can get him again. I did a little bit of damage there. There he is, up there again. Gonna grab that slinger bomb. He's gonna blow some fire here. Again, each creature has tells, and well, he didn't blow fire, but like I said, it's good to come on. See, I'm stunned. It got hit too many times down. No. And sorry, stop it! Sorry guys, I'm just dealing with this goofy kitten cat that wants to get into stuff, so stop it! Sorry guys, again, I'm trying to prevent my cat from tearing stuff up. But here we are, doing this. And I'm poisoned again, but that's okay. I'm gonna do this and get rid of the poison. There we go. I'm going to let's see here. Go ahead and do this. I've got to get up and try to do some more damage to it. Oh, knocked him down. This is good. Now I can do extract while I'm doing that. Hit him with the wild slash, overhead smash, a thrust, get some more damage done to it. A lot of damage there. That's good. You know, I don't know, to be honest with you, one of the things that I've talked about in the game, you hit them, you see those numbers. And it doesn't mean I'm doing 27 damage. It just means I mounted them again. What it means is, I'm not sure. It's like a percentage or it's something, I don't know exactly what they mean. I don't think I ever really looked it up to find out, but I'm going to move. I'm going to keep attacking it. Do my slash fury on it. There we go. And this is excellent there. Boom. Doing all kinds of damage. And knocked him down again. And again, that's one of the things about the Kinzip Blade that's nice. You do have the ability to vault, and you can mount these creatures very, very often. Especially flying creatures. It's very important. And again, I'm only playing on low rank. Because I didn't want to sit there and play a 40-50 minute like battle against one giant creature, but there is a large assortment of creatures in here, and hopefully I can skull this thing soon, and I will kill the shit out of it. And we'll do that, and then the strong thrust and strong and double slash, one tornado slash, and just keep doing damage, keep breaking parts, and keep knocking it down. Can't really do a whole lot right now, so I'm just got it on lockdown essentially. It is actually kind of fun when you do, and he's skulled, which means that's it. He is about dead. I'm gonna grab that to get more of my potions. I will have to. Now, if you use a regular whetstone, it does take a few times, like just to get it back to sharpness. Sometimes 3, sometimes 4, but that's what you want. But that's why I capture the fish, because the fish are going to give you. And I gotta go down because I gotta find this. Gotta go track it down and go back to its nest. So get that, go through the spider web, jump down. Hopefully it will take me. And again, the scout flies do try to find the best way to get back to, or the fastest route. And then when I said they're about 98% effective, they are. I'm going to get some more honey. So now I've got 2 more mega potions, which you can carry 10 of course. Now we're going to go up here. I'd say, like I said, about 2% chance that sometimes they do kind of glitch out. It's not too bad once you get to a point where you can see, like right now, it's not showing me. Hold on. I guess now we go. Here we go. I had to reorient. Again, little things like that do happen. Grab that honey because you want to do that. Okay. Again, same problem. Look, nothing. You're not sure where to go. Sometimes you gotta do that, and then it reorients it again. And that's what happens sometimes in the game. Even though I've fought this thing many times. It doesn't. Sometimes you have to go in and just reposition them with the waypoint so the scout flies will reorient and get you what you want. I do want to grab those herbs to make regular potions. Hold on a second. That will actually fortify your stamina. Again, another one of those. Gotta try to get back to the monster. Scout flies are just not doing so. Now they've reoriented. I think it's going to take me back, and that's just something that everyone who plays the game is used to. It's weird that Capcom they have updated this game so many times, and that's just another one of those oddball things that they don't bother to. They haven't tried to make the scout flies incredibly effective or efficient. I don't know. It's weird. So, but we're back up to where we're supposed to be, and we're gonna get up here and take care of this thing. A few more hits, and that'll be the end of it. Which is fine, because it's always good to need. You always need parts. You always need things. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to claw shot it and do some damage this way. It knocked me off, but that's okay. Go ahead and try to get some extracts there. And it's slayed. See, I'd hurt it so bad, it was over with. 1 or 2 more hits and that was it. So we're going to go ahead and carve this thing up. And we'll do that real quick. Doesn't really matter. Carving it up, you do get parts. You can capture creatures and you'll get at least one of each type of part you can get. I don't do a whole lot of capturing. I don't know why. I've always, these monsters give me such a hard time. So once you're done, let's say I'm done with this, you can return from the expedition. You can fire an SOS if you want help, and I'm just gonna go ahead and complete the expedition and go back. You can add pigments to your armor for free, and color different parts of it, so you do have that ability. As you can see here, I got these horrors, I got the Anjanath stuff, but this is all like level 1, you know, that kind of thing. You're not going to get much in the way of experience. You're not going to gain any experience because it's low rank. And you're not going to get any reward for doing it either, because again, I went back to low rank. But I just wanted to show you the basic thing. And different like I said, there's different weapons. You have bow guns that shoot different types of ammo. You have a bow and arrow that have different kinds of coatings you can put on it. You have a gun lance, which is like a shield lance with like a gun built into it. You have great swords, katana, and they all play very differently from one another. So, but now that we've done that, I want to go into here real quick. I want to show you. I know I got the like I got those parts, for example. Now I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot as far as like it's not going to help me be able to make much of the armor here, for example, because I need high ranking parts for that, right? But sometimes you just need certain things. So I can literally, if I wanted to, I can make that, the Sclavinus, which is nice. If I wanted to make the Brachy, again, there's different ones. I can make a lot of the Tigrex because I have fought the Tigrex, and the Tigrex is a difficult creature to battle. But if I go back to low rank, for example, I can pretty much build pretty much every set of armor, except for a few that I could go back and if I wanted to. But like if I went back here, as you see, the defense is very low. But if I wanted to go, and since, like I said, and there's different armors to make. It's always good to try to make different stuff. That's like classic, you know, armor. But since I fought, you know, almost everything on the low rank, I can make every single butterfly, which is pretty neat in armor. I can make, which is good. And it's just again, it's all about making armor, making weapons, having different builds, different skills, and it just has that play style. There are some general complaints. I can manage my kinsects. I can purchase one or nurture one. I can purchase a kinsect. There's different kinds, and you can upgrade those. What it is with me and this game is I really love the game, and I love the concept. It does play really well. I do have some cons that I have about it, and even though it is probably the best of the Monster Hunter games, the non-traditional lock-on camera, where you're constantly having to reorient, it sucks. And I love how Tokiden and God Eater's camera locks on and stays focused on said creature. That's what the camera follows. This game does not do that. It does not have a traditional lock on. You can lock on and click on the stick and the little square pops up with the crosshairs, but it does not actually lock on. You can use that as a focal point to attack, but that's all it's really good for. And you have to make some camera adjustments in your options to make it literally make it best. I I I've never liked the fact that it doesn't have that. I guess Capcom didn't put something in there like that probably because they thought it would make it a little too easy, because then you could just always follow the creature and you don't have to constantly reorient, which would making your attacks hit more frequently. But I don't understand why they don't do that. Another thing that I wish was even though you can get some armors, which I've had, and different things that make you drink potions and jewels faster, I wish it was just generally much faster than it is. Because sometimes what happens is you can be drinking a potion and start to get effects, and then the monster can boom hit you, and you've wasted not only the whole potion, you don't get the full effect of it. And again, it does go back to, hey, you got to know when to heal. That's the whole concept. You should heal when you know you can heal. But sometimes you don't always have that option. And sometimes your Palico, who will heal you, doesn't always heal you when you need it to, and sometimes it heals you when you don't need to. It'll put a Vigor Wasp out. So there's little nitpicks that I have with the game that doesn't turn me off from it, but sometimes when you're playing it, it can get you a little bit frustrated, because you're going like, man, really? Why do I have, why does it do this and why does it do that? And that's basically what some of that stuff that is kind of bothersome. And I wish that it did things a little bit differently, but that's the little cons that I have with the game. It doesn't detract me from playing it, but it does kind of upset. It is kind of upsetting because you at times kind of get screwed over. Sometimes the monsters, you can be playing with 3 other people online, and let's say you've taken some damage, and those 3 people are just tearing the monster apart, and the monster's not even looking at you, not focusing on you, and you run far enough away from the battle and staying with the vicinity, for example. Oh, now I'm going to heal. And I've seen this happen so many times when I've played it. I've watched YouTube videos of people doing it. As soon as they hit the heal button, as soon as they drink, the monster will just turn and immediately attack, go for them. It's almost as if Capcom programmed the monsters like, uh-oh, they're trying to heal, they're trying to do whatever they're doing, attack, so to interrupt that. So sometimes I feel like the monsters, they kind of telegraph what you're doing, even when you're playing with other people. It's like, oh, come on. And those are, again, little gripes, but for the most part, those gripes, I wish they would address those. When I'm a big gun lance user, you can put your shield down, you can defend against his attacks. It's a very defensive kind of weapon, but sometimes the monster will clip through your shield, and when it does, I've had the monster like swing and tail, and you see it clearly clip through your shield, but it hits you. A lot of times it glitches and you get instantly carded, instantly fainted, you're dead. And I'm like, really? And that sucks. And that's something that's never been addressed. The game does have clipping issues. You clip through your Palico here, for example. And you don't clip, you clip through your Poogie here, for example. And I don't get like why they're not solid, And for example, see, you clip through here, because some of that's programmed. Sometimes that bleeds into the actual battle. Why aren't these NPCs really there? They're not. And I don't get that. I do not like it when games have all these NPCs walking around and you can't bump into them. You can't. Why are they not solid? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Other than that, to be perfectly honest with you, other than those little gripes, Monster Hunter is solid. It's a rock solid game. It was super successful. It actually outsold Star Wars Battlefront 2 by like 5 or 6 million copies when it came out around the same time. The game's 2 years old, and the new one's about ready to launch on the Switch and Switch only, which I'm kind of disappointed in. But Monster Hunter World is a solid game. It has really ease of accessibility. They ease you into the game and slowly scale the monsters up so you get the idea of what you're trying to do. It has really good rewarding combat, and when you're fighting something really tough, it's very rewarding. When you finally take it down, it's like, yes, you might be stuck at a monster for a while. The first time I finally beat the Anjanath solo without any help, it was such a great feeling. And the game really gives you that. And Monster Hunter World, in my book, is always a buy. If it's on sale, if it's cheap, whatever it is, buy it. Iceborne expansion even added more to it. It's an excellent title, and it is pretty much considered the cream of the crop. Well, this has been Monster Hunter World, starting off Monday here, January 11th, Monster Hunter Week. Thank you for tuning in and watching this nearly hour-long video showing you and showcasing Monster Hunter World, showing you some of the aspects of it, how you can explore, fight, hunt, and the use of the insect glaive. I could literally show you all the other weapons. I didn't. I mainly wanted to show you some of the aspects of how you take the stuff and build your armors and build your stuff up, and just it's an amazing game with tons and tons of replay value. I've got almost 60 hours into the game on my save. You can have up to 3. It's just such a well-designed game. Overall, I did touch base on some of the cons, but overall, though, it's still really well designed. Capcom did a great job on this. It is one of my favorite games, irregardless of the cons, because I love the game, so I don't mind criticizing it a little bit. And I don't think these issues that I have with it will ever be addressed, but for the most part, I generally can look past it. I play the game pretty much, not every day, but pretty much several times a week. It's just a really fun game to play. It's highly enjoyable and totally recommended. This has been the Gaming Roundtable, brought to you by Unpaid Gamers. Yes, Unpaid Gamers on YouTube.com and on Twitch. And you can check out Human Guy. He is at the video that we did about the year in review. He is going to be showcasing you some Halo Master Chief Collection and streaming some Demon Souls, the remaster on PS5, and he is going to be showing you his skills on that, or lack thereof, but he'll get good. You all do eventually in that game, and showing you that badass Master Chief Collection. Check out Human Guy on Unpaid Gamers. And also check out the man, the myth, the Apex Legend Banloss. Still streaming that Apex Legends season. Get in there. Have fun with that. Banloss, keep kicking ass and taking names, as I always keep saying that about you. You are the man, the myth, the Apex Legend. And of course, here on Unpaid Gamers is the Gaming Roundtable, hosted by yours truly, the People's Machine. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment on the YouTube below. I would like to thank Storm McMoses today for helping me out, getting through closer to the end game of Monster Hunter World, playing this. And dude, you rock on this game. You are the man when it comes to this. There's not many people I know much better at it. And thank you. And please subscribe to Unpaid Gamers on YouTube.com. Please follow us. Please hit the like button. Please follow me on the PSN. I can always use more followers. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to Banloss. Unpaid Gamers, dedicated to bringing you all the different content and different games and different viewpoints and different news and different things along that lines. And this week is Monster Hunter Week. We started today with Monster Hunter, and we're going to tomorrow, I'm going to do a video and I'm going to showcase you God Eater 3, which was the third in the series. Now, I would start with the first one or maybe even the second one, but I'm starting with the third one because it is the latest one in the game series. And tomorrow night I'll be showing you God Eater 3, and then on Wednesday I'll be showcasing my favorite of the Monster Hunter genre outside of Monster Hunter World, Toukiden 2. Love Toukiden. I hope they continue that series and make a third one. I love it, and I'll be showcasing that tomorrow. But tomorrow is God Eater 3. Wednesday will be Toukiden 2. I'm going to keep up with this week. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, gamers, good gaming.